Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us wherever you are joining from. I welcome you and I appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from, wherever you are connecting to the program from. I welcome you. I thank you for being part of the program. As you join us, like and share. Like and share to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to anyone that is close to you. Keep sharing. Share to anyone that is close to you. Join us on this very quick broadcast. It's going to be a very quick one. I will not take much of your time. It's going to be a quick one. Very quick broadcast. Please like as you join. Like as you join. Wherever you are joining from. If you are joining us from Facebook or you are joining us from YouTube, I welcome you. And I say, may Chukwu Kukabiyama continue to guide and protect every one of you that will commit his or her time to join us on this very quick broadcast. This is our second broadcast of the day. And we are trying to increase the times so that we can be able to accommodate some of us. Biafrans are scattered all over the world. While you are having morning broadcasts in Biafra land, to some places it is evening, some afternoon and some night. And while you are having night broadcasts on Biafran section, in some places it's afternoon. So because of the time differences, we try as much as possible to accommodate everybody so that everyone can share from the live program. Maybe as time goes on, we begin to create opportunity to bring people into the live program to participate. I welcome every one of you. Wherever you are connecting to this program, please like and share the program. Just help us to like and share. It is important. You know that the social media network is not our friend. They are not helping us to share the information. So we rely on you, the followers and subscribers of our platform. It is you that will make the information to get across to every other person. When you join and you like and you share, you are equally inviting someone. I welcome every one of you once again. A lot is actually happening. A lot is happening. That is why we have to pay attention and continue to pass information, because we are in a critical time. Every one of us know what is going on in the Zoological Republic as we speak. A lot is really going on, and we cannot pretend we don't know what is going on. We can't keep silent. We must continue to keep our people at alert. We must continue to remind Biafrans of whom we are and what we are supposed to do. That is why we have made it a point of duty to always come online to pass information. Before we go deep into the discussion of today, I want to remind you of the Biafra self-referendum. Remember, that is one of the most important things that we have at hand now. The self-referendum of Biafran people is very important. Very important. One of the most important things you can think about now. Every one of us should be able to concentrate on that, put our faith on that, rely on that. If you have not yet voted, I doubt if you are a Biafran, except you have not gotten the information. But if you have gotten the information on your table and yet you have not voted on the self-referendum, you are part of the problem. And as I have always said, there is no way you will be saying that you need freedom. There's no way you say you support Biafra, you want Biafra, and you are not participating in this self-referendum. You are only deceiving yourself. You are only deceiving yourself. The only thing that is going to show how prepared you are is this self-referendum. The world is waiting for you. The world is waiting for you. They want to see what you have to offer. They want to see what you want to say. They want to know how prepared you are. How many are you people? The world is eager waiting. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile, under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, have done his own part. What about you? What about you? Our Prime Minister have done his own part, making different moves diplomatically to see that Biafra gains recognition. Liaison offices have been opened in various places across the world. And Biafra is sending in applications and letters for recognition. That is on the part of the government. Diplomatically, they are doing everything they can. But I bet you there are certain things that the government will not do for you. You alone will do it. The world want to know the support of the government. The world want to know if truly the government of Biafra is in charge of Biafran territory. The world want to know if truly the Biafran people want to go home. It is not enough to say it verbally. It is not enough to come online and cry. It is not enough to shed tears and seek for pity, right, left, and center. It is not enough to write petition. It is not enough to cry out to the world powers. No. They need evidence. They need evidence, something that you can show them and say, yes, these are the people who are ready and willing to go home. Something you are going to show them to let them know that these people are willing and ready, prepared. The world is waiting. You that call yourself a Biafran, you are too quick to say that nobody is more Biafran than the others. But from this self-referendum, we have seen that there are people who are much more Biafra than others. The very first stage of the self-referendum is about to close. The very first stage is about to close by the end of this month. And up till now, you got the information, you are not yet voted. The government of Biafra, under our Prime Minister, have made it much more easier for you to vote. Today, you do not need your Gmail. You do not need your picture. Initially, they were blackmailing you with your picture. They say when you submit your picture, the government of Nigeria will get a picture. When you say, now, the picture is no longer involved. The only thing needed is that you go and download the form. After you download the form, you fill in the form. After filling the form, you upload. As simple as that. You can help as many people as possible around you. The only thing you need is to get their consent. Ask them questions. You don't do it with that. Don't do it for anybody without their consent. Whether your brother, your sister, your uncle, you can't do it for anybody. You can't vote for anybody without their consent. You must seek their consent. And when they give you that power of attorney to go ahead, then you go. Put your information and upload. Today, there is no excuse to give. There's no excuse. There is no family in Biafra that does not have smartphone. There is no family that does not have smartphone. And none of us will say that you have a friend who doesn't have a smartphone. We can do better. More especially Biafrans that are living abroad. We know that millions of Biafrans are abroad. Millions. Even if only Biafrans are abroad, if they vote, we can get more than 20 million. Only Biafrans are abroad, they are more than 20 million. But even when you look at the chart, you see that the majority of the people who are voting are people in Biafra land. people in Biafra land have the highest vote. And they continue to have the highest vote. What is happening to people who are living in diaspora, where you don't have any excuse to give? What are you waiting for? What is hindering you? What is stopping you from casting your vote? What is stopping you from casting your vote? What excuse do you want to give? There is no excuse to give and say this is why you didn't cast your vote. Most people live in diaspora. If you think that the Biafra is not watching, the Biafra government is watching and they're keeping record. A time will come when you will give account of whatever you are doing today. That time is fast approaching. We know that democracy is a game of number. We know that so many lies has been told against the Biafran people from different angles. They have told so many lies against us. They said people who are calling for Biafra are living abroad, that none of them is living in the homeland, which is a big lie. And today we can only prove them that they are lying through the self-referendum. They said only the Igbo Biafrans are the ones who are Biafra. Another big lie. But you don't just say it is a lie. You have to provide evidence. And self-referendum is going to provide a strong evidence of that. It is not enough to cry marginalization. It's not enough to cry about intimidation. It's not enough to cry about betrayal. There are certain things you need to do yourself. There are certain things you must do. And until you do that, things will never change. That is why we continue to encourage every Biafran to go and cast their vote. The declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra will be made by 2nd of December. For that declaration to be effective, for it to be legitimized, your vote is very important. The world is watching. Your vote is very important. We know how many people that voted during the Nigeria election in Biafran territory. They told us that 20 million plus people registered for that voting. But out of the 20 million, only 4 million plus were able to vote. After our Prime Minister gave the announcement and ordered Biafrans not to participate in the voting because it doesn't have anything to offer. It is a scam. And your vote doesn't count. Our Prime Minister told Biafrans not to participate because we are going home. And those Biafrans listened to him. Out of the 20 million that registered, only 4 million plus voted. We know that even that 4 million were influenced, but we give it to them. The 4 million they told us voted was influenced, but we give it to them. Now, we are expected to present the rest of the people who did not participate in that election. The rest people who did not participate in that election. And we need to provide every one of them. So what are you waiting for? If you have voted, it is not enough. What about your neighbor? Have your neighbor voted? What about your family member? Have they voted? What about your friends? Have they voted? In your office, what about people in that area? Have they casted their vote? If they have not, that means you are not doing your work. The convention is going to take place November, December, and it cannot be stopped. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or what anybody does. Nobody can stop it. It must go on. The beauty of the whole thing today is that the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Ipob is not somebody you can cow out from a project. He is focused consistently pursuing the restoration of Biafra, regardless what you think or what you are doing, whether you support or you don't support. That you are supporting Biafra today is for your own interest. So you must have to go and cast your vote. And those who are capable to be in the convention in Finland, begin to make your preparation. If you want to be in that convention and you have not yet registered by now, I doubt if you are serious. If you want to be in Finland, November, December, and you have not yet sent in your application, please do so. You might be lucky and you'll be selected, because remember, only 1,000 people will be eligible to be in that convention. Only 1,000. And of course, you know, in Europe alone, we can get more than 1,000. Europe alone is more than 1,000. Even UK alone is more than 1,000, let alone when you put the whole conference together. So if you want to be in that convention, you're supposed to have registered by now. And if you have not, go and make your registration immediately. Go to biafrasecurityadministration.org. biafrasecurityadministration.org. You will register in that place. Give your necessary information. And also in the same place, apply for your Biafra ID card. When you apply for your ID card, it will be processed and sent to you anywhere you are. All you need to do is to apply. Give the necessary information, make your payments, and make sure you send a professionally taken passport photograph for your ID card. In the space of the form, when you are submitting, make sure you submit a professionally taken passport photograph. That is the only thing that's acceptable. The same passport photograph you use for international passport. You don't just use your phone and snap any picture and send. It will not be approved. It should be unacceptable. So if you have sent a picture that is not professionally taken, you better go and edit it and reapply again. My fellow Biafrans, we must be focused. Remember that our digital currency is still on. Make sure you save yourself, save your money through the digital currencies. Do your transactions on that area also. Every one of us know what is happening today when you come to the contraption called Nigeria. You are seeing the drama that is unfolding. You see the drama that is the drug lord in Nigeria, who they made the president, a man nobody knows his identity. Nobody knows his age. Nobody knows the school that he attended, if at all he attended any school. Succeeded in coming to Nigeria. Nobody knows his own country. He's not even a Nigerian. He succeeded in becoming the president of Nigeria. The Fulani cabals used him to retain the seat. And today, after using him to secure that seat, they poisoned him. And as we speak, he's fighting for his life. He's under coma. Before now, our Prime Minister has made mention of it. When they poisoned him, our Prime Minister spoke about it. He blew the whistle. First of all, when they planned coup to overthrow him, our Prime Minister blew the whistle. Because it wasn't time. Because we have our own project and our whole target on when we want things to happen and how we want it to happen. We want the end of Nigeria to come on our own terms. The Biafra Republic of Israel is having their own procedures on how to end Nigeria. So we don't want any distraction from any other country. That was why our Prime Minister continued to boss them. When they planned the coup, he busted them and they changed the agenda. After they changed, they went ahead now to go and poison him. After they have injected the man is now in coma. Those who are managing him just like they did in the time of Buhari. When Buhari died, they Fulani Caliphate manipulated everything. With the help of these people who are in power today, with the help of this drug baron, to be precise, because they promised him that after their 8 years, the Fulani 8 years, that they will hand over to him. Because of that promise, he decided to support evil. He kept silent in the face of evil. Today, it is his own turn. They want to knock him out. And his own group are already cooking. They are already cooking their own strategies, trying to hold him. They have started by their normal news of presidency said. Go and check the news of Nigeria today. What you hear is presidency. Report from presidency. Presidency. The man is in coma. And as the fraudulent government that we have in Nigeria and the lying government, first of all, they told a lie. They say he is back. They say he is back. He is back. They didn't show us how he arrived. The aircraft that brought him back. Not even a picture was shown of him. And our Prime Minister challenged them and said, if you know that that man is sound alive, take a picture of him and show the world. They could not provide a picture. Only for us to later find out that the man is still in France. He's in coma in France. They are trying to resuscitate him. The same scenario that played out during the time of late Muhammad Buhari. I guess they are now bargaining. They are now bargaining with the caliphate. After all, we did it for you people. This time is our turn. Why don't you allow us to play the game? We gave you your 8 years. Now you have to give us our 8 years. The cabals from the southwest, Chulubu and Co. Now they have their own opportunity to steal and loot. They had the opportunity now to bring their own imposter, and the discussion is ongoing. And you know the Fulanis, they never forget and they never forgive. And they can never be trusted. That is why they are confused. They are now, the drug baron is now on life support. As we speak, he's on life support. And from every indication, he's not going to survive it. But we have stated, our Prime Minister has said on it, that we should continue to pray and let him be alive until October. Because we have our own template. Whatever is happening in Asorock, whatever is happening in the zoo, is none of our business. Whether they take him out or they keep him is none of our business. But we don't want any distraction. We do not want any distraction. That is the major issue. Nobody is going to distract and truncate the already made down plan for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. And we know that whatever happens today is the will of Chukwu Okikabia. We have placed our demand and asked Chukwu Okikabia to keep him. Keep that imposter alive until October. After October, let him kick the bucket, no problem. But if peradventure anything happens, the Biafrans are equal to the task. I trust the Prime Minister of Biafra, whatever he says, he follows it up to the last. He doesn't just come and make empty threats or say things that he's not sure of. For every word he has spoken since he became the leader of the struggle, he has always been sure about it. There has never been any regret. The only people that regret are the people who wage war against him. Every idiot that have risen against our Prime Minister, go and check them, how are they faring? Every monster that have risen against the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, go and check on them. How are they faring? They will never survive. No matter how they try, no matter the propaganda they push, no matter their blackmail, no matter all the evil they are planning, they will never succeed. They will never succeed. Today, when you go to the media, you see how the IPOB in Nigeria are crying. All the idiots who has been pretending to be Biafra agitators, they are crying openly. They can't hide it anymore. They are now crying openly. It has now dawned on them that they are not on the right path. Mazen Nandekan had made it clear. He has said everything he has to say. When he made a speech and he said, Ndi na-agba ama. Ndi na-agba ama, and you do understand what he was talking about? Ndi na-agba ama. Informants against their own brothers. Today they are crying like left and center that they have been rejected. The earth have rejected them, the sky have rejected them, the ground have rejected them. They are crying and they are begging Mazen Nandekan to give a speech. What speech do you want Mazen Nandekan to give that he has not given? He has said it clearly that if you are there taking the life of a fellow Biafran, you are not with us. That you will most surely receive your punishment. Who are they in Denama? It is you that sold out the ESN that Mazen Nandekan established to secure Biafra land. You neutralize many of our commanders. Many commanders who gave their life to defend Biafra land, you neutralize them. You expose them to the enemy. And many of them lost their life. And you think you can go scot-free. You think you can go scot-free. We know what Mazen Nandekan said himself while he was with us. We know that when Mazen Nandekan was with us, all the records are there. That is why when these idiots are talking, I don't know the people they expect to listen to them. I don't know who they expect to listen to them, because every single thing that Mazen Nandekan has said, his instructions are online. Some are on video, some on audio. What the Biafran should do. Whenever you look for him and you don't find him, what to do, he told us. The way to deal with the politicians, he told us. The way to handle the contraption called Nigeria, he told us. Everything we need to do in his absence, Mazen Nandekan said it in ABC. And he made his intention known. Mazen Nandekan is not fighting for any better Nigeria. Has never, ever fought for any better Nigeria since he started the Ipob. Never. All he is looking for is the self-determination of Biafran people. The exit from the contract of Nigeria. Mazen Nandekan has nothing to do with any politician. He has nothing to do with any politician. The last opportunity he gave them was when they came together and decided to kill him. That was the last time he had a talk with them. After his release in 2015, 2016. When Mazen Nandekan was released, they called him for a meeting with the governor. He met with the governors. What was his demand? Do your own job and do what you're supposed to do. Get us a seaport, put the roads in order, get an international airport, and pursue your restructuring. If you say that is what you want, pursue it and get it. When you get your restructuring, if the Biafran want it, okay, good to go. But what did they do? Instead of listening to that simple advice of Mazen Nandekan, what did they do? They turned around 360 degrees and they brought Python dance. That was the last time Mazen Nandekan had anything to do with politicians. They were the one that proscribed IPOB and gave power to Nigeria to take the life of innocent Biafrans. The insecurity in Biafra today, the loss of life of Biafrans today that we are seeing is caused by these politicians. They were the one who put in their signature to tag every one of us, you that is watching me and myself. They tagged us terrorists. Your so-called politicians that you are today backing. They came together and they attacked those terrorists. They sent assassin to assassinate Mazen Nandekano in his home. He narrowly escaped. In that process, he lost his two parents at the same time. His father and his mother was buried on the same day. As if that is not enough, the same politicians were the people who came together with the IPOB in Nigeria and the White lawyer. They came together and plotted the kidnap of Mazen Nandekano to take him out of the way because they saw that Mazen Nandekano is unbribable. The supreme leader of IPOB is unbribable. They came together. They sold him out, thinking that by selling him out, capturing him, that would be the end of Biafra. The only reason why Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped was to end Biafra. But they didn't know they made their greatest mistake. Because Mazen Nandekano already have done transfer of power even before they took him. That is one thing some of us fail to understand. Mazen Nandekano is so spiritual, so focused, and he's timely. He knows the time when to do what he has to do. That was why he didn't waste a single second to hand over power. Some of you will ask, how did he hand over power? When somebody who is in charge of affairs will come and tell you that we are getting into a new dimension. When somebody who is in charge is telling you that we are entering the new dimension, and in that new dimension, look at the person you look upon. He announced it. Look upon this man in this new dimension. So you don't know that is a transfer of power. Okay, you want him to come and tell you, oh, today I surrender. Is that what you want? For you to come and tell you, oh, I surrender, I will no longer this, now I get. How? Can't you use your common sense? Mazen Nandekano knew what was coming. He transferred power. Immediately he discovered Master Simon. He didn't wait for any approval. That is one of the annoyance of the IPOB Nigeria. The people that are fighting against Mazen Nandekano, they confess that one of their anger is that Mazen Nandekano did not consult them before he embraced the Prime Minister of Biafra, Mazen Simon. But Mazen Nandekano knew that he was alone, and he doesn't need the approval from anybody. He is the supreme leader of IPOB. He doesn't need any approval. As long as Chukwu Okeke gives him a revelation and tells him to move, he doesn't need your approval. And when he handed over power to Master Simon, but they couldn't handle it. That is one of their annoyance, one of their anger, which they confess. They said it with their mouths that one of the things Mazen Nandekano did to them was that he brought our Prime Minister in from the back door. That is how they explained it. To show you how idiotic they are. You call this man your supreme leader. Before you begin to address somebody as a supreme leader, you must have trust on him. And you must know that he has much more experience than you do. But from every education, all of them have their own interior motive. From their actions and behavior, you know that each and every one of them have their own motive why they joined the struggle. They had their own motive. And the time came that they couldn't hide it anymore. They began to come out from their shell. Its position began to come. Today, look at them. What are they doing today? Finally, Mazen Nandekano has dished every one of them. From the moment Mazen Nandekano sacked the White lawyer, who was the eye of the government, who was the leader of the IPOB in Nigeria, holding Mazen Nandekano, somebody who was supposed to protect Mazen Nandekano, sold him out. The very day Mazen Nandekano was brought to Nigeria, he was there watching. Today, all of them are running helter-skelter because they know that Mazen Nandekano is coming out. They are shouting and crying and jumping up and down. One of the idiots that I saw his video, the one that Simon Ekpa posted is a video on his platform. That idiot that doesn't deserve to mention his name, who resigned, he just woke up and said he resigned from IPOB. All of a sudden, he resigned, he didn't work again. He came back again. Today, he is crying. And when you hear what is coming from that boy's mouth, you wonder, are these the people who say they were fighting for freedom? Accusing Master Samuel Ekpa unnecessarily for doing the right thing. Look at the question he was asking on that video. When there are video evidence of what Mazen Nandekano said about the terrorists in Biafra land, both those in uniform and off uniform, that idiot forgot that Mazen Nandekano have given order several times. He has given order for the terrorist government in Biafra territory to vacate. And when Mazen Nandekano launched the ESL, in case that idiot did not know, let him go and watch the broadcast Mazen Nandekano made the very day he launched ESL. Go and watch what he said. Go and watch what Mazen Nandekano said on that broadcast he made the day he launched ESL. He made it clear. He said it in black and white that the death of Biafrans will never be tolerated anywhere again in the zoo. That anybody that takes the life of a Biafran will go down. It doesn't matter who you are, even if you're a governor. That if you take the life of any Biafran going forward, the Biafrans are going to pursue you until you pay. And today, somebody has come to hold on to that word of Mazen Nandekano to do the needful. What do? All you have to do today is to continue to blackmail him. You are telling lies against him, spilling all manner of nonsense against him, and you think that that will lead you anywhere. That is not going to lead you anywhere. That is not going to lead you anywhere. Mazen Nandekano have made his stance known. The stance of Mazen Nandekano is known even to a layman. And it baffles me that these are the people who claim to be fighting for freedom. Some of them will tell you how many years they have been with Mazen Nandekano. And I'm not surprised at that idiot. Because this is somebody that Mazen Nandekano himself sacked. Mazen Nandekano sacked him. But because most of us Biafrans, even we have short memories. Mazen Nandekano, the supreme leader of IPOB, sacked that idiot. He sacked him. It is this IPOB in Nigeria that brought him back in. They went and brought him back. They went and brought him back. And today he's showing them Shegetuna. You see how they are battling themselves right, left, and center. Calling themselves out, talking about how they stole money, calling each other grumpy money. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must have to be careful. Somebody sent me a text message today, and he was asking me that is it true that people that they should go and resume paying their monthly dues and get the receipts from the old receipts they were using during the time of Mazen Nandekano, that they want to restart again. Everybody should go and update his receipt and begin to pay. That is what they do, how to steal. And I told that person, do not listen to those criminal and fraudsters. There is nothing like that. Nobody is asking you for any receipt on this new dimension. Whatever you have done in those days is a bygone. If you have the receipt, keep it to yourself. Keep it safe. It is important also. But for somebody to tell you to continue to contribute based on that time, no. It's not anymore. Somebody to tell you to contribute based on that past time, no. That is gone. The IPOB in Nigeria is gone, Chukwu Okeke used them to make evangelism when it was time of evangelism. That is why I say every one of us is important. Every one of us is important. But the only thing you are going to pray that your own importance, your own job, your own call, let it be on the positive side. We have a part to play. In this restoration of Biafra, you that is watching me, you have a role to play. Every one of you watching me, either from Facebook or from YouTube, we all have a role to play. Nobody is going to be left behind. But the important thing you have to ask yourself, what role am I playing? Am I important on the positive side or on the negative side? Just like in the time of Jesus Christ, for those of us who are Christian, in the time of Christ, among the 12, there were Judas, and Judas had a role to play. Judas is one of the apostles, and his role was to come and betray Christ. And without him playing that role, Christ will not fulfill his purpose of coming. You get me? Without Judas betraying Christ, he will not fulfill his purpose of coming. But at the same time, the Bible says, woe unto him through whom the Son of Man will be betrayed. You that is watching me, you have a role to play. But the problem is, are you going to be remembered on the negative side or on the positive side? I am saying this based on what the Ipob have done in the past. Chukwu used them during the time of evangelism. They evangelized and did what they had to do. And because they were not called for the restoration, when it came to the time of restoration, those who were called came in. Those who were not called begin to fulfill prophecy on the negative side. That is why you see the Department of Saboteurs, the Ipob in Nigeria, came together. Because they were not for the positive side, they came together and sold the supreme leader of Ipob, Mazen Nandekan. And the selling of Mazen Nandekan gave birth to the new dimension, which is today the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria. Let me tell you, if Mazen Nandekan was not kidnapped from Kenya, our Prime Minister Mazen would not have an open field to do what he's doing today. He might have the idea with him, but he will not go on the speed he's going today. Every one of us know that every single thing Mazen is doing today, Mazen Nandekan had it in mind. Most of them he has mentioned. Most of them he has talked about on his program, but there was nobody around him to implement it. Each time he make a move, the people around him will tell him to stop. They will tell him how impossible it is. That is the only information that they were giving. People around Mazen Nandekan, all those people close to him. It is so sad. I see sometimes when I look back and look at the people who surrounded Mazen Nandekan all this while, you know that man suffered. He suffered for a decade, single-handedly running organization for a decade. Just look back. All those idiots that were parading around him, following him up and down, carrying his bag, where are they today? Not a single one of them is standing. Now you understand why he was crying, why he was praying and crying, and say, I need 100 men. I need 100 men. And some of us began to ask, why are you asking for 100 men when you have coordinators all over the world? Those who call themselves DOS, they say they have to 1,000. We didn't understand. Today we understand better. The Mazen Nandekan have been alone, suffering and suffering, until Chukwu Okike took him away to have some rest. In as much as we see it as a punishment where he is. But Chukwu Okike in his own way knows how to do things. If Mazen Nandekan did not give way, maybe the new dimension will not unfold fully. That's every possibility. Because in the era of the new dimension of Ghana, with the Mazen Simon Ekpa in charge, he doesn't have a special friend or a special enemy among the Biafrans. The only enemy that Mazen Simon Ekpa is focused on today is those holding us captive, the caliphate, the government of Nigeria. And he has said it with his own mouth. He said this several times, that the powers and knowledge he has is not to fight Biafran people. It's not to fight individual. He is focused against the government of Nigeria and the instrument they are using to oppress us. That he doesn't waste his time, his energy, and his experience on individuals. And whatever he wants to do, he go ahead and do it. Whatever he says he will do, he do it. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not somebody you're going to discourage. He's not somebody who will set up a plan and you tell him, oh, it's not going to work. There is nothing like it won't work on his agenda. There is nothing like it will not work. All things work for good for us who believe in Chukwu Kukabia. And that is how Mazi Simon Ekpa operates. Everything works for our own good. Whatever you say or do, we turn around to begin to work for our own good. And the reason why it is that way is because the Biafran people, we are timely. The project we are having today in our hand is not our project. Somebody owns that project. We are just an instrument in the hand of Chukwu Kukabia to make sure that that project gets to the end. It is left for you to be part of the project. Once you make yourself available, you will be used by Chukwu Kukabia. But if you refuse and you want to fulfill prophecy on the negative side, good luck. Pray that you'll be alive to tell the story when the time comes. Pray that you will be alive to tell the story when the time comes. My fellow Biafrans that are watching this program, wherever you're watching me from, I urge you to please put your mind straight. Put your mind straight. If you genuinely want Biafra, there is only one way to get it. Not two ways. There's only one way to get it. The only man today that have a template on how to get Biafra. You know, there was a time when the only question that people bring against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu online is, show us your template. You remember? Maybe you have forgotten. There was a time, the only accusation against Mazi, challenge against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on any platform, they will say, show us the template. How are you going to get the Biafra? How are you going to get Biafra? Is it by shouting or insulting people? They were asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of template. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kept silent because it wasn't yet time. The time is not right. The time is not right. Just like when he told one of his speech, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that we cannot declare Biafra until when the Biafran people give us the mandate to declare. He said, we are going to get the mandate from Biafran people before Biafra will be declared. That is the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, the mandate that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking of, which he said that time, he said, I will not tell you how we are going to get the mandate so that you don't go and begin to fight against it. I will not reveal it to you until that time. That was what Mazi Nnamdi said. He said, I will not tell you how we will get that mandate until the time comes. The mandate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking about is this self-referendum, in case you do not know. The self-referendum you are seeing today is that mandate that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking, that we will have to get it before Biafra will be declared. Now, do you understand why the self-referendum is important? Do you now understand better how the self-referendum is mandatory and important if really you want Biafra? Remember, one of the propaganda they push is that Ojukwu did not make a consultation before he declared Biafra, which was a lie. Ojukwu consulted. He consulted all the traditional rulers in the old southeastern region. They were all consulted in a meeting. In fact, they had indoor meeting for 3 good days. It's on record. They had indoor meeting for 3-4 days before they arrived at a conclusion. And Odumegwu Ojukwu, our eternal leader, was given the mandate to go and declare Biafra. But today they will come and tell you lies that people were not consulted. The consultation is now ongoing. The self-referendum you are seeing today is what Mazen Nanakan spoke about. That is why you must participate in the evangelism. That is why you must be part of the evangelism. Remember, politics is a game of number. And when you are talking about building a nation, it is politics. It's all about politics, both international and local politics. It is a game of number. And based on it being the game of number, we want to show them that number. We don't want to speak about it. We want to show them that number. Practically. We want to show the number. And it is so amazing and beautiful that our Prime Minister have made it in such a way that you will see it clearly where you are heading to. That is the beauty of the restoration of Biafra today under the new dimension. We are working with figures. We know the number of people who registered for the election in Nigeria. We know the number of people that voted. We know the number we are looking for. We know the population of Biafran people. When you put all these numbers together, you know the number we are supposed to get on the self-referendum. That is why we are taking our target for 20 million and more. And there is no way you can jeopardize the life of 10 million people against 5 million. It is not done. There's no way you can jeopardize the life of 10 million people because of 5 million. No. So you begin to understand why you must go and cast your vote on the self-referendum. This self-referendum issue has been explained to a layman's time. You see why I am so glued to this restoration of Biafra. Sometimes when I speak about it, some people will be asking, how are you sure? And people confront me with such questions. Some say we are just making videos to get attention. Some say we are just looking for money online. Call it whatever you call it. It doesn't change anything. Some of them that say we are just making it because we want to promote ourselves on YouTube. We are making YouTube money. Who cares? If in the process of pursuing my freedom and doing the right thing, if I am blessed in that process, either through people or through the YouTube or whatever, you are blessed through it. Is that your problem? How is that a problem? How is that a problem? Is it better I become a comedian or I begin to speak against Biafra? Is it better I begin to indulge in immoral things? How is it a wrong thing for you to be blessed as you are broadcasting for Biafra and you are blessed through that? How is that a crime? But all these are what they say to weaken you. But people like me, I wouldn't even give you that chance to talk such rubbish. I wouldn't even respond. You will say it and you will answer yourself. I have been broadcasting for a very long time, even while Mazen Nanakan was around. I have been broadcasting far back as 2017. 2017, I have been broadcasting. If you go to my platform, my page on King David Exploit Expose, go to King David Exploit Expose, even though some of the videos are no longer there, you will see my videos I made far back when Mazen Nanakan was still with us. So I didn't start broadcasting yesterday. And all this while I was making that broadcast on my Facebook and all that, the Facebook account is not monetized up to today. How many years? It's not monetized. My Facebook platforms are not monetized. Do you know how many YouTube channels I've lost because of this issue of Biafra? Because of Biafra message, I have lost so many YouTube channels. This one that you're watching me now was suspended for 3 good months. They just reinstated the monetization just 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago. For 3 months, it was suspended. So it is not about, and that 3 months that it was suspended, I broadcast here every blessed day. For that 3 months, there is no day I missed broadcast. I was broadcasting every blessed day. Because the most important thing is Biafra. It is my life. This is something that concerns me. It concerns me. It is not about any other person. When I talk about Biafra, I talk about it as my own business. It is my own business. It is my project. It is about me. So I don't do it that I'm doing this for somebody else. Whatever comes out of it, I'll face it. It is mine. Fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to pick up a responsibility because we are going home. We are going home. No man born of a woman can stop the actualization of Biafra, no matter how they try. They will never, ever, ever stop the actualization of Biafra. Under our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel, the Oputo of Biafra land, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. If you are joking with him, you don't know where you are. If you are taking him for a ride, you don't know where you are. And if you want to engage in a battle with him, sorry, you better ask questions. You don't ask questions. That is why I pity some of them who are engaging our Prime Minister. You don't ask questions. Before you engage in a battle, ask questions, make verifications. If it is your shrine or your pastors, your reverend father or prophets, talk to them about the person you are about to engage and see if you can make headways. Since you cannot look at people who have fought the battle and failed, how many battles, how many people have risen up against our Prime Minister from the moment he took up the seat? From the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi, do you know how many set of people? People who are on the top, people who are close to him, people who claim to know him in and out. You see, that is why when I speak about the Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, I speak with confidence. I don't talk with my mouth shaking. I will continue to support him for as long as he stands in Biafra restoration. For as long as he stands in Biafra restoration, I will support him. There is no going back. You can continue to hate. Let me tell you, your likeness or your hate cannot change anything. You do not choose a leader because you love him. You don't choose a leader because he's your tribe. You don't choose a leader because he's from your area. You choose a leader because he's competent and qualified. You might hate somebody, you might not like somebody, it's not compulsory you must like everybody. You might not appreciate someone. But if a person has the potentials and the qualities to be a leader, you can't stop that person. If you are intelligent, you don't fight that person because of it. Leave it, let the person go. Keep your sentiment somewhere. The Prime Minister of Biafra government is have proven himself qualified. In all the battle he has fought, he has proven himself qualified. Every single one, including people that walk close to him, when they fall out, they will tell you, I will expose him, I will expose him, I will do that. I have been waiting for exposition of Mazi Nnamdi for the past 3 years. Nobody has been able to come up with something. I have been waiting for those who say, I will expose him, I will expose him. None of them, not even a single one, was able to provide an information against Mazi Nnamdi. Not in his private life, not in his career, not in his business, not when he was back in Nigeria, not anywhere. Nobody was able to present anything against him up to date. It is only a man that knows what he wants that can stand such. And that is why I stand with him. You don't just come and blackmail a man. What has he done wrong? The only wrong thing he has done is that he has said enough is enough. The only wrong thing Mazi Nnamdi have done is that he said enough is enough. That he cannot only be broadcasting, he will work with action. That's his only bad thing he has done. And what you are seeing in Biafra land today that the Liberation Army is doing is defensive war. We are defending our territory. We have not gone to anybody's area to take over their land. We have not gone to occupy any land anywhere. We have not gone to steal anybody's land. We have not gone to dominate anybody. The territory where we are protecting today is for Biafran people. It is our land. We didn't go to Kano to seek for land. We didn't go to Kano or any part of the north to demand for Ruga. Why will you come in Biafra land and demand for land? But we, the Biafran people that travel, we are the most traveled in that contraption. Yet, any area where you find Biafrans, whatever property they acquire, they buy it. Wherever you find Biafrans in that very contraption, any place they go, they don't only buy it, they buy the place and they develop it. But this Janjaweed, go and check. Any place they are allowed to stay as a Mausa, it will remain, come there the next 30 years, it will be the same way. The places they settle, free of charge, the places they settle free of charge, if you go, they can't even develop it. You cannot go there and see any development. It will be the same way. But look at the Biafrans. These are the people that turn desert to paradise. You give them a swamp, they make it a living place. Look at Lagos today. After making Lagos what it is today, look at the way they are treated in Lagos. Today, the only agenda of Lagos State is how to send the Biafrans away from Lagos State, more especially the Igbos. The plan of Lagos State, the only agenda Lagos State has today is how to take away the properties of the Biafrans, how to take their life, how to throw them to the lagoon. That is what Lagos State government is planning every blessed day, implementing it every blessed day. And yet they will turn back and tell you one Nigeria. An idiot will come online and begin to talk about one Nigeria. What a shame. It is most shameful when I hear that word, one Nigeria, from a Biafran, an Igbo Biafran. You open your dirty mouth, you talk about one Nigeria. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that one Nigeria you are calling will see your end. That one Nigeria will definitely see your end. You will not live to tell the story. When everything in this zoological revolution is pointing to the fact that you are not part of the program. You are not part of the project. There is nothing they do there that you are supposed to be concerned. You are not in their project. They tell it to you in the morning, they tell you in the afternoon, they tell you in the evening. You come to cast a vote, they tell you that you are not qualified to participate in the election. Yet you are forcing yourself in. They come and preach one Nigeria for you, and they're telling you to back away. They say that everyone, they have the right to settle wherever you are. But look at you in Lagos State, a land that you have bought with your own money, developed. They demolish it and they take it away from you. And the boldness with which they do it, and nobody talks. Look at the one that happened in Abuja. The Hitler, former Hitler in Rivers State, went to Abuja and began to ask, why must an Igbo Biafran own such plot of land? A land a man bought with his hard-earned money. You are envious about it. And you went and demolished the building and took it. Nothing will happen. And nothing will happen because you are in Nigeria. That is why nothing will happen. But it is much more painful because people are not learning their lesson. More especially the Igbo Biafrans, they don't want to learn. So many Igbo Biafrans don't want to learn. Even as we speak, some of them are still investing in the northern part of Nigeria. As we speak, there are still Igbo people who are invested in northern part of Nigeria, believing that nothing will happen. I pity you. I pity you when you are going to cry. You will not see tears. As we speak, there are Igbos that are still invested in the northern part of Nigeria. When are you going to wake up? They will never like you. The more you continue to stay in this one Nigeria, the more they hate you. For no just because of your success. Because you cannot stop succeeding. The blessing will not stop coming, and they will not stop hating you. But the most painful is that you can never attain your potential in that zone. Let the Biafra people go. Give us 10 years. Only 10 years. After 10 years, come back and see what you will find. Let us have our nations. Give us 10 years. Even as a just government in exile, look at the project that is lined up. Government in exile, look at the exploits they are making. Look at the strategies, the economic plans. Look at the plans on the ground. Government in exile. Let alone when we have government on the ground to make implementations. They know who we are. They know. Don't forget, democracy that they are preaching for the whole world today. Democracy that the West claim to be sending out. They stole it from the Biafran people. Democracy started from Biafra land, in Igbo land to be precise. I didn't say it. A white man confirmed it. It is not just a word to promote the Biafra people. A white man confirmed it, that democracy started from Igbo land. The original democracy, not this thing they are presenting, because they took it and they went and changed it and neutralized it to favor them. They now put it on their own way that they can be used to manipulate others. What they are practicing today is manipulation and not democracy. What they are practicing today is government of the thief for the thief and by the thieves. Not the government of the people for the people by the people, no. Government of the thieves by the thieves and for the thieves. That is what they have done. A situation where foreign countries will be controlling your resources and you will not have a say. A situation where you cannot take decision without consulting your paymasters, without consulting your colonial masters. A situation where you claim to be a free country, yet you are colonized. You cannot choose your presidents. You cannot decide how your resources go. These are things that people should see and you cry to walk away. But with all this madness, there are still people who will come and preach to you about one Nigeria. What one Nigeria? You see how Niger has freed themselves from the clutches of France. Burkina Faso freed themselves. And you saw the revelations that were coming from that area. How they were stealing uranium free of charge from those areas. A resources that is supposed to turn the country around. France was taking it free. France was taking resources free from Burkina Faso, from Niger, and they were building the best city in the world, Paris. They are proud to have Paris. And the most crazy thing is that they take your wealth, build their city, and they will not give you access to that place. They will not even give you something like visa free to go and have sightseeing. They will not give you visa free. The same thing is what British is doing today. British is stealing Nigeria dry, yet Nigerian passport is not visa free to Britain. You are the one powering British. Nigerian wealth is the one holding British today. Among all the British colony, it is Nigeria that they stole and continue to steal up to this moment. They are still taking oil from Nigeria free of charge, unmeasured. You will not know, you won't find out. Wait until Biafra get out of Nigeria. You will now understand what has been happening all this while. Without the exit of France from Niger, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that Niger has such resources. You wouldn't know that Burkina has such resources and gold. But today, they have been able to remove themselves from the clutches of the colonial master, and they are breathing fresh air. And the prediction is that in a few years, they're going to be the fastest growing economy. But in the contraption called Nigeria, they are still busy building enslavement. Are you surprised? I am not surprised, because the only people that are surprised are the idiots who, after knowing what is right, refuse to do it, and they are still dancing with the caliphate, thinking that the caliphate will take their route. No, they will not. Anybody that tells you to be part of one Nigeria is a mad person. He doesn't like you. Run away from that person. Anybody preaching one Nigeria, run away. And when you are running, make sure that your leg touch your head. You don't make peace with somebody who doesn't want peace. You can only get peace when the two parties want peace. That is the reason you can have peace. Making peace with somebody who doesn't want peace is the peace of the graveyard. You are going to be in your grave to give him that peace. So anybody that is preaching peace in Nigeria, that is what they want. They want you to give your life. And if you agree, it means you have submitted your own life. And they have said it openly. It's either you give your land or you die. During the time of Muhammad Buhari, they were asking you, what are you going to do with land? After all, you're not cultivating the land. Why not give them the land? Your own land that Chukwu can give you. Somebody was telling you that, why not give it to a stranger? You see how mad the issue. It is so insane that when you see people open their mouth and talk about one Nigeria, I begin to imagine where they kept their senses. A country that promotes evil. The people that are today taking innocent life in that contraption, kidnapping people, they told us that these people are foreigners. They said they are foreigners. After telling us the foreigners, they came back and told us that these people are Fulanese. They are, any place they are Fulanese, and they are entitled to be a citizen of anywhere. And you are there looking. They say they identify themselves as Fulani alone, not as Nigeria, as Fulanese. And they have right to move from anywhere they go. And when they come, they demand for land, and you must give them the land. The same foreigners who you and I know are not part of the nation. Sorry. That is how bad it is. Those same foreigners will come and make demand by force that you must give them land. And if you don't give them land, they will begin to kidnap, begin to distort, begin to take innocent life, and they will tell you to give them Ruga. Will anybody from the south dare go to the north and demand for a land free? Will you have the guts to open your mouth and demand for land in the north? And the most annoying thing that these people claim that they have the largest land mass. From their map, from the map they showed us, they said that the north have the largest land mass. They showed us southeastern part of the Biafra land is very, very small, not even enough for the people. The population of the Biafrans is greater than the land mass they have. But in the north, from their diagram, from the map of Nigeria, you see the north have the vast, almost 65% of part of the land. They have it. Yet, with their meager population, they are still coming down to south to come and demand for land. And by the way, those land masses in the north, you see, empty land, unoccupied. There are so many empty land, unoccupied in the north. There are land that is not occupied in the north, a lot of empty land in the north. I am not just saying it because I want to say it. I have been in the north. I lived in the north for almost 6 years. And I travel in their bushes. Even I travel from Umuahia, all the way from Umuahia to Bauchi State with train. And you know, when you are using train, you are going to pass through the bushes and forests. If you want to know truly how Nigeria looks like, the empty land, just go through the train. If you travel with train, you understand. Empty land in the north. Some villages, when you enter, you see only 10 houses. But in their map, they write it as a local government. And they are collecting allocation on their behalf. May Chukwu Okigame have mercy on all those idiots who call themselves politicians. We are going home. I appreciate every one of you that have been able to be with me on this very platform this evening. Thank you so much if you are watching from Facebook or you're watching from YouTube. I thank you so much for being part of this program this evening. May Chukwu Okigame continue to guide and protect you. My beloved brother, every one of us should make Biafra our business. Put your money where your mouth is. There is no hope for you and me except Biafra. You cannot have respect without Biafra. You cannot have security without Biafra. You cannot have peace of mind without Biafra. You cannot attain your potential without Biafra. Know that. That is a fact. Anything they are telling you out there is lie. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect us. Please go and cast your vote on self-referendum if you sincerely want Biafra. Download the form, fill the form, and submit the form. That is simple. We don't need your Gmail. We don't need your picture. Just go and download the form, fill the form, and then submit. It is as simple as that. It is not difficult. Anybody can do it. So let us continue to campaign on this self-referendum. It is our civic responsibility to see that every Biafran casts their vote. May Chukwu Okigame continue to guide and protect everybody that have participated in this very short program. I appreciate you and thank you. Please, if you have not shared this program, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okigame, share, like and share, like and share, like and share. That is the only thing you can do for me. Like and share. You that is watching there, you are watching, you are part of the evangelism. You are also in media. When you are sharing, you are playing your own role. Everybody have something to do. You are not sharing it because of me. You are sharing it for our freedom. So let all of us put our hands together and do what we have to do. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Whether you are watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and follow. I will continue to come every evening like this by the special grace of Chukwu Okigame. I also have my morning broadcast. Every morning, Biafran time, I come in the morning, Biafran time to come and do my broadcast. So if you don't join us in the evening, you can try and join us in the morning. We are making the broadcast twice every day by the special grace of Chukwu Okigame. As long as we have the strength and we have the health, we will continue to make it twice. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect every Biafran wherever you are. I appreciate every one of you. I pray that Chukwu Okigame will be our guide. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect all our members of Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Black Marine, the Strike Force. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect every member of the de facto government in the homeland. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect every member of the cabinet of Biafra Republic of Exile. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect all our media warriors that are speaking on different platforms. May Chukwu Okigame guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We commit Mazi Simon Ekpa in the hand of Chukwu Okigame for divine protection, for divine strength, for divine favor, for divine wisdom, knowledge and understanding. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. We present Mazi Nandekano before Chukwu Okigame for healing, for strength, for good health. May Chukwu Okigame continue to strengthen him. May Chukwu Okigame continue to cover him, secure him and keep him safe for us and bring him to us very, very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafra shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekano, shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okigame. Thank you, and stay safe. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne